Hi there, welcome back to the Shed of Hope, and hope everything's well with everybody out there in internet land. Um, well, project on the go at the minute. It's actually sat behind me. Sneaky preview, look. Anyway, this here thing is a sad tale, really. I'm going to turn you around now and show it you. Well, no, I'm going to tell you a bit more about it. Well, this was bought a few years ago, and regrettably is a project that I was quite keen to get done at the time, but then life and circumstance, and mum being ill, and then me being ill, and then more life and circumstance and all the rest got in the way of doing it. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to Nora. So here is Nora. She is an HD36 mobile sawmill made by Norwood. I'm going to give you a little walk around of the beastie. There's more bits to put together, as you can see. We haven't finished. There's lots of bolt holes. Every single one of these needs to have a bolt in it. So we've got a lot of that. It's set outside, unfortunately, because I've only got this covered space, really. But there she is, HD36, almost ready for service. I've just been putting the hydraulic pack together. I've got a little bit more to do, as unfortunately the hydraulic pack didn't come at the same time as everything else, as happens in life. So I carried on building and building and building, and it turns out I put the axle on wrong, because unfortunately in the instruction manual it doesn't actually tell you which voltage holes to use. All these others, they start at number 1 here, number 1 position, there we go, and they quite happily tell you that that should be there, and this should be on that number, and that works on that number, that works on that number. And then if I move the head, the other stop, because these are hydraulic stops, these actually come up in the air like this, because the idea is this is the log loader, so your log gets rolled onto here, and then using 2 little hydraulic rams that you can see down in there, the black ones, look, this then lifts up the log and drops it onto the bed, with these down obviously. Then you lift these up, and and then this one here is the clamp. So this one slides in and out like this, and also goes up and down, so that you can clamp your stick. This is a log turner, this big old chainsaw looking beastie thing, the dirty great chain and all these spiculators on it, so that you can basically rotate a log, twist it round, lift it up over, so this lifts and turns. So yeah, and then we have hydraulic rollers, which can be slid using this from side to side, so that if you're working on smaller stuff you'd be over here, if you're on bigger stuff you need it more in the middle. But once again, these are on hydraulics, so that you can level the log, so that you get a nice cut running all the way through the centre line of the log, because don't forget, logs taper. Once we built the 2 extensions, we'll be able to cut 6 meters. That's the plan and idea anyway. So yeah, all the pipes in, apart from there's 4 to connect, basically to the log stops, and the dogging system. So yeah, there's the joke of the year. Yeah, it's not that sort, guys, not that sort of thing at all. Log dog means a thing to hold a log onto the machine. They used to use these spiky things. All of this here is the manual system that comes standard with it, and dink, yeah, that's a log dog, or dogging, i.e. clamping the log to the thing, funny joke, whatever. Anyway, yeah, so she's looking a bit sad in places because she's been sat outside, regrettably, but everything works, everything's free, so hopefully by the end of tomorrow we will be at a position where we can do, but I've got to move the axle forward because unfortunately I can't get that bracket in where it needs to be. But yeah, she's looking good, I think. Almost there. Needs a little bit of orange paint here and there. We might well do that, and maybe blacken some of this other rusty stuff. I don't know, we'll see. But the main aim is to get it up and running and go out and earn some money, because I'm pretty skint right now. Need money for projects. Yeah. So yeah, all donations welcome, and yeah, contact me. But yeah, this will be up and running, and I can go out for hire a little bit. Got some more stuff coming for it hopefully soon, if it all works out. I'm getting a planing machine to go that runs on the track. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to bring you... So, yeah, basically, there it is. And planer coming up soon, planer and moulder, so that we can do logs for cabins is the idea. Tongued and grooved, big tongued and grooved. So I think it's an 18 by 8 you can do. So, or 16 by 8, get it right. So it's a 16-inch planer with the additional cutters for doing tongued and grooved. And we might even be able to do other cutters, I don't know, have other cutters made even to fit it. So it could be quite an interesting project. Yeah, so the idea is to build myself some log structures and do some to sell as kit form, perhaps. Or a bit of a DIY, there's a pile of timber that's already tongued and grooved, guys, go and make your own, cut it to length and all the rest of it. I don't know. Something like that. But the first thing is I want to do some bits and pieces for myself with it. So with a bit of luck, end of tomorrow, beginning of Wednesday maybe, we will be on test. Haven't got all the pipe clamps in place yet. I've still got all that to do, but I want to actually run it and make sure they're all out the way before I start clampolating them properly. These here backstops are actually too high by about 1/4 of an inch, unfortunately, so we've got to do a little bit of messing about there, or either that or we just go, do you know what, we'll put a spacer in and make sure that you can't run the blade into it. Possibly, maybe. But yeah, unfortunately the plastic coating is coming off in places. I hate plastic coating, it's just not as good as paint, I'm afraid. You can't beat a bit of good old-fashioned enamel. It definitely lasts longer, and this damn stuff comes off in sheets. It's just, yeah, it's not very good really. But, you know, it is what it is, and people like it nowadays, but it does, yeah, it's not good stuff. I don't think, anyway. Paint, definitely better. But, yeah, so there it is. So we've got adjustment front and back with the rollers. We can have the capability to turn the log and clampolate it. So with these three, well, the other one's down there, but yeah. So that is a good plan, I think. We're going to go and do some of this. Without further ado, I'm going to love you guys and leave you. Enjoy your bank holiday Sunday weekend and all the rest of it, and hope all's well, and hope you just get out and do something, because doing things is good for the soul. Anyway, hope all's well with you guys. Love, light and peace.